So it is now day 3 on the Sheltowee Trace. We are about to walk through Moorhead University. I didn't do a video at the end of the day yesterday because yesterday was a day.
It's a disaster.
After that 6-mile road walk, we realized that there was a 12-mile stretch without water that we didn't know about. So instead of camping where I sort of thought we would, we ended up camping at Eagle Lake, which made yesterday a 14-mile day, and 12 of those miles had no water. So I thought Alex was gonna get heat stroke.
I was getting a little loopy.
He was getting loopy. It was so hot on that road. We had very little water. We managed to ask a ranger. Should we go on the sidewalk?
Going this way?
Yeah. We managed to get some water from a ranger that was driving by, which that's good because otherwise we probably would have run out of water before we got to the lake. We got to the lake, set up, not an ideal campsite. There were fish hooks everywhere, but it's okay. It was pretty.
It was really pretty, yeah.
Right as we were going to go to bed, I thought, oh, let's do a tick check. We did. I found a few ticks in my body, and then more, and then more, and then Alex found some.
Yeah.
So between the two of us, there were 15 ticks on us. And then, in the middle of the night, there was a crazy thunderstorm when there was a 10% chance of rain.
And I didn't put my rainfly on.
Yeah.
So I woke up in a rainstorm and had to go outside and put my rainfly on.
Yeah.
Actually, I woke up before the rain, fortunately, but I woke up and saw lightning and heard thunder off in the distance, so
Yeah.
it was like right in time.
Yeah, it was not ideal.
Yeah.
And my vestibule was open, so we had to scramble to get everything covered. But it didn't actually rain enough to raise the level of the lake, which is good because we were a foot from the lake. And this morning I dropped my water bottle in the lake.
Yeah.
And Alex went and fished it out because he's very nice. But today we are not going very far. I think we're going like a mile.
2 miles maybe.
Yeah, and I think we've decided we're just gonna try to find a place to stay in town. So, yeah.
Yeah. Rough 24 hours for our second day on trail.
Yeah, it's very humbling. I think we thought oh, we did the Appalachian Trail, we can handle this. Yeah, it's hard, but it's fine. It's gonna be good.
Teaching us that we're weak as hell.
Yeah, but it's okay.
It's okay.
We're handling it.
We're handling it.
Okay.
Bye.
So it is day 4.
4, yeah.
4 on the Sheltowee Trace. Yesterday was a little bit strange. We woke up at Eagle Lake and I made the video recording yesterday morning. So we got to Moorhead. We had lunch. We hung out at a coffee shop and bookstore. Yeah.
Yeah, Fuzzy Duck.
The Fuzzy
It
Duck.
was really cute.
It was it's a bookstore, a yarn shop, and a coffee shop all in one. So basically my ideal institution. So we were there for a while, and then we decided to stay in town. So we got a hotel, and didn't realize at first that it was really far from the actual part of town where the trail is. So
we spent about 2 hours trying to figure out how to get there because nothing in Moorhead could be figured out.
Yeah, it was no one seems to know around this area what the Sheltowee Trace is except for a couple of people.
Yeah.
So they just sort of look at us with backpacks thinking, we're just randos who like to walk across the country for whatever reason.
I mean, which is kind of true.
But so anyway, we tried all these things. We tried Uber, we tried Lyft. That doesn't exist here. We
tried the bus.
We tried the bus, but we couldn't figure out where it stopped and when it stopped.
Nobody knew if it was still running.
Yeah, no one really knew. The schedule's really hard and complicated to read. We tried to find the Sheltowee Trace Association office that was supposed to be in Moorhead, but wasn't, or it wasn't labeled. And so eventually we went into the coffee shop again, and they told us that the bus is running, and we tried to go to campus. They gave us a schedule, but there were no times on it.
They gave us a schedule, and the guy was like, well, I don't know if it's still running right now with COVID, but here's the schedule. Here's what it could be.
So we ended up going to the campus because we thought we could get the bus at the library, but then it was too late. So we went to this place called Holbrook Pharmacy, and we were standing there when this magical man named Cap in a red shirt with the Andy Bashir, we can't be doing that on it. And I was like, this man is our savior. So he ended up giving us a ride, and he knew we were doing the Sheltowee Trace. Across the street, he was like, are you two hiking the Sheltowee Trace?
He was like all excited for us. And
yeah, and so he eventually gave us a ride. We got all settled in, we went to Cracker Barrel for dinner, it was awesome. Then this morning, we had to figure out the bus.
Which was as much of a disaster as you'd expect after yesterday.
Yeah, but eventually, oh yeah, and we tried to figure out how to get breakfast, but we tried to go through the drive-thru at McDonald's, but it didn't like sense us because we weren't in a car. We couldn't go in because the dining room was closed. Then we tried to go to Hardee's, but it was the same situation there. So we ended up just getting takeout from Cracker Barrel. And then we finally figured out the bus, realized it was in fact running, got on it. The lady on the bus was like really confused about what we were doing and where we wanted to be dropped off. But we made it.
Yep.
And now we're back and walking.
And we got a later start than we were expecting because of all of that.
Yeah.
And going to bed at like 1.
Yeah.
That didn't help.
But it's interesting. It's kind of showing us how lucky we were on the AT, that it's just sort of like part of the community. Like it's just been around for so long that people just know that you're an AT hiker, and it's like just sort of normal. But this trail is so young, and like not many people do it. So I think there are a lot of people who still aren't like really aware that there are people hiking it. Plus it's COVID, so people probably aren't hiking it as much, and it's July. So it's definitely been an interesting dynamic that's different from the Appalachian Trail, but
yeah, I think we kind of went into this expecting that any trail town is going to have the same amenities that the Appalachian Trail towns had, but that is definitely not the case.
yeah.
And yeah, good learning experience.
For sure. So we're hoping today will be okay. We think there's another stretch without a lot of water coming up. So hopefully we'll be able to make it to somewhere with water tonight. Cave Run Lake either tonight or tomorrow.
It's maybe the last time you see our faces.
Yeah.
We might
If you
die
find
from the
this,
lack of water.
thanks for watching. I think we're making a turn here.
Are we?
And farewell.
Bye.
What did you find?
I saw him scuttling across the creek. It's a little crayfish.
Oh,
he's so cute.
Hello.
Oh. I'm gonna put him back though. I don't want him to drown. Do you want to hold him?
I'm good.
Okay.
Bye, friend.
Bye. Thank you.